It's bright lights for a great milestone in Malaya's history, the first national elections for a governing majority. And the huge landslide victory for the alliance showed without any doubt that the voters knew what they wanted. Long before polling day, election experts had divided the country into 52 constituencies, each to return one member to the new council of 98. There were 7 parties in the field, though only 2 were really national. The victorious UMNO MCA-MIC alliance, led by Tunku Abdul Rahman and fielding a candidate for every single constituency, and Parti Negara, led by Dato Sa'on with 30 candidates. The other parties were Labour with 3 candidates, the 3 State of Perak parties, the Perak Progressives, the National Association, and the Perak Malay League, with 12 candidates between them. There was also the Pan-Malayan Islamic Party, who put up 11 candidates, one of whom won the only seat lost to the alliance. And there were 21 independent candidates. The campaign started about 5 weeks before polling day, as each party published its manifesto and set off to make it understood by the public. Out came the processions, the posters, the eye-catching stunts, all the ballyhoo of democratic elections, as each party vied with the others to attract attention. Candidates followed up the brave start in their various constituencies, wooing their voters whenever they could catch hold of them, by day and by night, drawing the crowds with music and lights and rhetoric, exciting, stimulating, and entertaining. Local elections are not new to Malaya, but this was the first national poll to be held throughout the country on the same day. It was a huge task of organization, but everything worked remarkably smoothly thanks to well-thought-out advance planning. Election officers were carefully briefed in all their duties, and since the ballot was secret, they were all sworn in. Servicemen and police on duty away from their homes were able to cast their votes by post. And so the campaign warmed up. Words, platforms, promises. Independence in 4 years. Immediate self-government. A 40-hour week. Help for the farmers. Encourage foreign investment. Put on excess profits tax. More taxes. Less taxes. Cut down government costs. Build more houses, more schools, more roads, more hospitals. Words, platforms, promises. Promises, platforms, words. Sometimes understood, sometimes believed, always enjoyed. And then, when almost everyone is exhausted by it all, it's polling day. The election officers, all thoroughly briefed on their jobs, set off early with the ballot boxes, symbol of the secret vote, to the 1,500 polling stations up and down the country. Many were in remote corners, but all were reached, by road or by rail, by sea or by air, by bicycle or on foot. Out to the people went the instruments of democracy. In some places made dangerous by the emergency, it was thought wise to have an armed escort, but the day's voting went smoothly and quietly. Voters were out early, eager to play their part in an event of such national importance. They came to the polls by every kind of transport, and on foot if there was nothing else. poll was tremendous. 80% of the electorate voted, probably one of the highest voting percentages ever recorded in a democracy. And of these, a noticeably high proportion were women, anxious to exercise their rights and to exercise them seriously. At the end of the day, the sealed boxes were carried by presiding officers to counting stations. Boxes and more boxes, carrying the precious load of the people's choice, the very essence of the democratic system. In dozens of counting stations throughout the country, the ballot boxes were unsealed and opened before the anxious scrutiny of candidates and their agents. Out tumbled the votes into the hands of eager helpers. First, they are sorted into each candidate's pile. Then they are counted for the first time, while eagle eyes watch that there is no mistake, no vote lost, no possibility of error. All over the country, excitement mounted as the first results were expected. These were announced locally to the waiting crowds, party supporters rejoicing wildly as their men came home. And at the same time, the results were telephoned through to election headquarters in Kuala Lumpur. From here they were put out to the press and to Radio Malaya, who stayed on the air all night so that the listening country would know immediately what its new government was to be. Listeners could hear results in English, Malay, Chinese and Tamil. It seemed clear from the first few results that victory would be to the alliance, but soon the first indications became a certainty. It was a landslide, and the party romped home with a decisive score of 51 out of 52, an absolute victory with only one seat lost. Victory in Malaya's first national elections is to the UMNO MCA-MIC alliance, and now the country's elected leader, Tunku Abdul Rahman, can form a stable government with confidence, knowing that the voters' mandate is firmly behind him. Unity is strength, and the people of Malaya have chosen.